Hey guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It is your 2025 love forecast, your love tarot forecast for the year ahead. So even if you're a cross watcher, welcome, but do be advised that this is probably not one that's going to be easily reversed. I set the intentions that it is for the sun sign. But you're free to see what might be unfolding for your person. Welcome to those of you who are brand new to the channel. I'm pulling from Prairie Majesty Oracle to get you a word for 2025, a totem for the year, and a question to ponder. Liberate. Your totem is prairie smoke. And your question is, what reminds me I'm free? Yes, even Leo thinks that's splendid. Okay, so that's a word, liberate. What reminds you that you're free, Libra? And the prairie smoke is your totem for the year. So what I like to do is take the word that I get and I put it on a bunch of those small little sticky notes all around my house where I see it, and remind myself of the question as well on a larger size sticky note. What reminds me I'm free? And that's sort of what I do as I enter the new year. So just a little tip. Okay, before I jump into the spread, which is a different spread than I normally do, it is more focused on you, something to release for that you don't want to carry forward from 2024 into the new year. Energy that's sort of the overall energy for the year, something coming toward you that you can't see. Something for you to actively explore, an important lesson that you're going to learn, and then what's available to you in your next timeline. Sorry for all his singing. Those are his protests of me devoting my time to you instead of him. So if it gets annoying, I'll put him upstairs. But I do want to this is a little reminder for those of you who are used to watching me, so not as much for the new people, but you know, this may just not be your reading, so keep that in mind. It's general, it's not private or personal. So if it doesn't speak to you, okay, oh well. If you get triggered by it, please pull back, hold back. Don't just jump in the comments with anger or hostility or resentment or whatever, because I'm no longer available for that. I'm letting everybody know that going into 2025, I also have my new boundaries that I'm setting. I already have been holding comments for a long time now, just for that purpose of keeping, you know, trolls and haters out of the collective energy, that space that we're sharing, and that's been working pretty well. But I'm not talking about those folks. I'm talking about those of you who have been following. And so if you feel the urge to start a comment with no, or with some kind of anger or hatred or animosity, whether it's toward the message of the reading or the person that you're watching about or me as the reader, yeah, just don't. Because A, I'm going to delete it. B, I have a really good memory, so multiple time offenders will be blocked. And that's just what I need to do to protect the energy of the space for the rest of you who, you know, who understand that that's not what this forum is for. Okay? So thanks for understanding and for, you know, bring your full selves here, of course. There are those of us that, you know, are dealing with difficult situations and pain. I'm not saying don't show your pain and reveal it, but there are positive ways you can do that. That's all I'm saying. All right? Okay. So let's jump in and see what 2025 has in store. Here we go. Yes. Okay. What do you need to leave behind? There's something that you've gotten your fill of, and it can't come forward with you on your journey. So we'll wait for the clarifiers for that. Pretty funny. So Libra. I'm seeing this Three of Swords, the overall energy. It's not about pain. It is about leaving behind the heartache, walking away from it once and for all, leaving it behind. It's not coming forward with you, right? I'm saying that for a reason, because part of what I'm jumping ahead here, part of what you need to explore is your tendency to keep looking backwards, right? You're not going that way. So you want to explore that sort of preoccupation. 5 of Cups, the regrets of the past, the mistakes of the past, the focus on what has been lost in the past, because your emphasis in 2025 is that these 3 swords just kind of slide right out so that a healing process can begin. And that you gather up some sense of, like, you stiffen your spine a bit, and that you step into an energy of, I know who I am, what I deserve. I deserve better than that. Okay? I got enough out of the whatever it is, the relationship, the connection, the experience on an emotional level, and I don't have to carry forward the pain of the past. So I want you to consider that. What's coming toward you that you can't see is some kind of information, maybe some truth being revealed. Something that you haven't known up until now will be revealed in 2024 that may make it easier for you to then, the big lesson is, oh, now I get it, right? That 7 of Wands will either be about this lesson of why there was resistance or defensiveness, but also what was missing for you when you were unable to take that stand for yourself, okay? So keep that in mind. In your next highest timeline, in the next highest timeline, it isn't about worry. You're not being called up to ascend into something more obsessive. No. So we're looking at this coming through reversed, right? There's a release of worry, of obsession, of anxiety. So you have to listen to what I'm telling you the card positions are. So this is just my first pass. Leo, he knows how to push all my buttons when I start to read. He knows right where to go. He'll stop. Okay, 8 of Cups. 5 of Swords, yes. Knight of Cups, Lovers. So this is about a connection that you may have at some point believed to be something sacred, twin flamey even. You've always been waiting for the romance. You've been waiting for the emotional vulnerability. It didn't come. What you got instead was sort of cut down, and you've been feeling very defeated. So I am talking to those of you who are feeling defeated, who have felt like you've been played or betrayed. Okay, that you've been somehow sabotaged or set up. And what you're doing here in 2025 is you're leaving that behind. Okay, so he agrees. You're leaving it behind. It doesn't serve you. You got out of it all you came for. It didn't pan out. And if you are sitting here feeling like, I don't know what to do about this situation, I'm feeling so defeated, I'm feeling so cut down, I'm feeling whether you're feeling gaslighted or manipulated or played for a fool, whatever it is you're feeling, if you are sitting here looking at me going, yep, then this is your reading, okay? And you're gonna want to leave that behind. 3 of Swords, overall energy here. Wow. All right. So normally when I see the 6 of Wands, I see a reconciliation. So if we have the overall energy being about reconciliation, but it's also a card of victory, of a coming home kind of an energy. And it is this year about choosing that path where you come home to self. So if you're going to make peace with any of this, You're making peace from a position of independence and autonomy, not enmeshed in the dregs of all that has gone on. Pulled back, individuated, independent, autonomous, on your feet. It's my path that I'm walking. And the reconciliation part of it is about forging a win-win outcome. It doesn't mean we get back together necessarily. It means I'm making peace with this, so I'm not living my life looking backwards. That it's a clean break forward for me, that I'm the victor, that I triumph in this moment, that I make peace with something that has hurt me so terribly. That is the path I'm choosing. It's about getting your confidence back, your sense of like awareness of all you've accomplished already in this life, so that this isn't what you're left with, is someone got the better of me. No. Okay, so for those of you who are really at that moment of despair, I'm here to tell you 2025 is a year to reclaim your independence, your autonomy, to have that sense of victory, but from a position of making peace around it. Instead of feeling like something got the better of you. All right? Let's go on to the Ace of Swords, something coming toward you that you can't see right now. I feel two things. I feel something may, first of all, Queen of Cups from the bottom of the deck is a reference for this being something that sort of touches your heart, gets your attention on an emotional level. So let's just leave that in that spot. The Ace of Swords, it's like a moment of, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't see it. Now I see that clearly. So this is some information, some insight coming in that kind of gets your attention and touches your heart. Those two is what I'm speaking about. So if we just look at the Knight of Pentacles and the Death card. The Knight of Pentacles, knights make offers. So this is something slow, deliberate, intentional. It's not in a hurry. And the Death card can represent endings, but it's also about change. It's also about transformation. So I feel something comes in, some insight, some information comes to you that touches your heart about whatever it is that requires you to understand why things move so slow for you, why in matters of the heart there may be a need for you to have compassion, that these things take time, whether it's with this person or not. You still need to let go of an energy of defeat. You still need to let go and walk away from that. Maybe not the person, but this energy that has you feeling so defeated in this connection, okay? And feeling a sense of coming home to yourself and your independence and your autonomy instead of any sense of enmeshment, if that makes sense. And you may have this epiphany later on in 2025 where it makes sense to you that things have evolved very slowly, that this person needed the time because they needed to release something about themselves, something in their life, in order for there to be some growth, change, and transformation in their approach to you. And you may go, oh, now I get it. Okay? So it could be that, and it's just like a little bit of a revelation. So something for you to explore then actively is this Five of Cups. Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, King of Cups. Now we have the King and Queen of Cups from the bottom of the deck. So I know there's love here. You will need to explore, maybe there was some insistence, a sense of urgency around this connection for you. Could be some things that may have been said in haste or in anger or in like tense moments around, you know, planning for a future, the beginnings of life partnership, the Four of Wands. We do have here this Knight of Cups and the Lover's card, and here we have the Four of Wands and the King of Cups, and I'm sensing anger and tension and insistence and a little bit of fury in that Knight of Swords. So because we have the Five of Cups, which is looking backward at mistakes of the past and regrets of the past, this Ace of Swords coming at you where you go like, oh, now I see that and I understand. I didn't understand that. I have this insight and information that kind of opens up your heart a little bit. You'll want to actively explore that reaction, that insistence, that, you know, part of the puzzle for yourself. And now we'll look at the Seven of Wands as the big lesson for 2025. Seven of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. I almost feel now very connecting the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords. That's all the picture I'm getting now is, yes, it is about taking a stand for what you want, for what you desire, for what you deserve, big lesson, but also the big lesson, because I do feel whoever you are watching, you've been focused on this connection, Knight of Cups, Lovers, Four of Wands, King of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles, and the future of it. Life partnership. What are we building here? Are you, you know, are you choosing me? Are you available for this? I'm just picking up, right, the beginnings of something that would go the distance. And almost what I'm getting from you is, if it wasn't happening fast enough, because now you're going to see with that Ace of Swords, oh, this person needed time, and it didn't mean that they didn't love me, and it didn't mean that they wouldn't get there. They just couldn't do it at my pace. And I took that to mean that I was getting mistreated, or I was getting, you know, manipulated, or, right? Like there's something here where I feel there may have been a misperception. And that's what you have to leave behind, perhaps, for some of you, is either if you were mistreated, absolutely, but maybe you're either taking a stand to not deal with the maltreatment and to keep your focus on only those who are invested in a long-term commitment. So there's that. So you'd be evaluating, right, what you're actively exploring is those mistakes that were made, not being clear, or maybe being too insistent about something and not getting a true read on the person, or you're dealing with somebody who just needed to take things at a slower pace. And because they couldn't move at your pace, maybe there was some defensiveness and then a perception that you were getting played or betrayed or manipulated, and dealing with someone who was more complacent and just trying to, get what they wanted. Nine of Cups. So I've got sort of two energies flowing here, two potentialities, and they can kind of be the same. I know that sounds weird, but if you're dealing with somebody who's just moving at a slower pace than you, it doesn't mean that they haven't misled you. Doesn't mean that they haven't said things to you and made promises and then reneged on them, which feels a lot like this. Right? So it could kind of be a little bit of a hybrid. So take that as it resonates for you, if it does at all. But I do feel you're leaving behind either assumptions of or your sense of defeat in the situation. You're coming home to you. You're choosing that path of what it is you desire and deserve, and making that be part of the future plan. All right, in your next highest timeline, we're releasing, it's sort of a reverse on the Nine of Swords, is that you, it's nothing worth losing sleep over. You can calm your mind, because in your next highest timeline, what's available to you is someone who doesn't just show up for you, but they understand the value of a committed relationship of equals, who are invested, who are generous with each other. This closes out a very difficult cycle for you in 2025 and a whole new beginning. And it's based on this opening sequence. Well, not this is what you're leaving from 2024. The opening sequence is like a Three of Swords reversed, because it's the whole process of you coming home to you and setting your sights on this being a year of victory for you, of triumph over something that has really gotten the better of you in 2024. And in your next highest timeline, there is someone who is available for what it is you desire, what you have been after all this time. And maybe it's someone that's showing up for you a little bit more slowly, and it gets your attention because it's not what you expect. It's a transformed energy, and it kind of cracks you open a little bit at the level of heart, and maybe helps you see clearly, oh, that's very different. That's a different energy. So the Death card could also be representing an energy, an ending of your thoughts and perceptions and notions of what it would look like. Okay, what that kind of a connection would look like. So got a couple different messages here, but that feels very normal. It feels very much like you're on an ascension process away from pain and away from disappointment and feeling taken advantage of, or that sense of urgency to have a certain type of connection, operate in a certain way. And so it opens the path. It clears the path for something exactly what you're looking for to come in, with minus the I see this as very frenetic energy. So in the reverse, far calmer, less preoccupied, right? So that's what I've got for you, dear Libra, for 2025. And it seems very soothing. It seems very liberating. What reminds me that I'm free? Well, I see a lot of freeing energy here. I'm walking away from that energy which leaves you feeling defeated and encumbered by a lot of disappointment from the past. Okay? So, that being said, though, just so you know, what I do in the extended for this is a romance reading, and I'll do 2 spreads. One to see if somebody is coming back from the past, meaning could it be someone that has disappointed you, returning from the past, maybe new and improved, okay? Or is somebody new coming on your path? The new person coming on your path could also be somebody that you already know but have never been romantically linked with, just so you know. So that's what we're doing. The links are below. Link number 1 for that is a monthly renewal. Just keep that in mind. So link number 2 is just the extended for this. And before I give you the astrology, if you've enjoyed the reading and you haven't yet done so, please do subscribe below. And that helps YouTube kind of push me up in the algorithm and show me to and recommend me to other people just like you who are looking for help navigating their relationship dynamics too. So that's what I have. Here we go. Knight of Cups is Pisces energy. The Lovers is Gemini. 9 of Pentacles is Virgo. Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. Death card is Scorpio. Queen of Cups is Cancerian energy. Knight of Swords is Gemini. King of Cups is Scorpio. King of Pentacles is Taurus. And the World card is Saturn, which rules Capricorn and used to rule Aquarius. So that is what I have for you. I am headed to the extended. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.